is we use that for approval matters, we have to show.
Don't forget, we've got that rocky face circle.
Yeah.
February 19th, 2024, Mayor and Council meeting to order. Mr. Lama will lead us in the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'll ask for an approval of the agenda.
Madam Mayor, I make a motion, we approve the agenda.
Let me, pardon me, Councilmember Farrow. We have an amendment, two amendments to the agenda. It would be the removal of an update from Dr. Fuchco. That's my scheduling error. That's actually next meeting.
Okay.
And then we will be removing at this time, item number 10, the correction action plan for
Why don't I
22.
make a motion,
Yeah.
first of all, that we approve the amendments to the agenda? Is that what I would do, Madam Clerk?
Yes. I'll second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye. And now I'll make a motion that we approve the agenda as amended.
Have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
First, now we have public commentary, and I have two before me. First, Miss Mary, is it Reynoso? Good evening. Would you would you please care to come forward to the microphone so that your comments can be captured for the record? Thank you. Ms. Reynoso, our public comments, we ask that they be kept to approximately 3 minutes. Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much.
I'll try real hard to keep it 3 minutes. I'm here because I'd like to know why there's no parking signs in Dalton. I live at 103 Ashworth Drive. I probably don't know any of you here. We've lived here 16 years. The road is very narrow. It's only about 8 feet wide. My husband got hit head on this road. We had it turned into a one-way street. I'm the only white person on the street. Most of them do not speak English. The children have been educated here in Dalton, and they do speak English, and they do drive cars. My point here is, my husband and I can't get in and out of our driveway because people park on the road. And when we try to get out of the driveway and to get onto the road, they either come out of the house and yell a few great words to us. And this is a terrible way to come out of your driveway every day, and you just want to scream. The evenings are not too bad because most of them work 12-hour shifts and they don't get home. What I'm trying to state here is there needs to be some parking areas. One of the other streets is Selvage Street. There's a big double line going straight down the middle, but there's cars parked on both sides of the road. In order to go down that road, you've got to straddle the big double yellow line. Now, I was always taught that you don't cross a double line. And here I am driving down the road over a double line. There are many streets in there like that. Another one is Matilda. I'm trying to think of some of them, Lucky Street. All through that area, the roads are very narrow and the parking something needs to be done. Now you're going to say, well, where are these people going to park? Well, what's happening is you've got 5 and 6 families living in one house because the rent is up to $2,000 a month. And in order to survive, these people are living in the houses, and this is what's happening. So you might have 10 cars parked out in front of one house. So what do? You go around them, you toot your horn, they're going to come out and and then what? Someone is eventually going to get hurt. And I would like to see something done.
I appreciate your comments, and what we can do to follow up is we have your contact information, but what I do not have, and I'd like to hand this back to you, is a contact telephone number, please, ma'am, so that.
I don't have my glasses with me.
That's okay. And you don't
423.
have to say, we'll get it from you. Okay. You don't have to share it out loud. Thank you, Mr. Reynoso. Thank you very much. We have a public commentary card from Patty Duran. Good evening.
So I am an energy professional. I'm here from Conyers, Georgia. And I'm here because I'm concerned and confused that the city of Dalton is an investor in nuclear power, specifically Plant Vogtle Units 3 and 4. Nuclear power is 10 times more expensive than any other type of generation. And I brought a copy of the latest chart to prove that I have 3 handouts of. It's 10 times more expensive than solar energy, than wind energy, than solar plus battery storage, than gas, than any other, literally any other type of generation. And it makes no sense to me that the city of Dalton is an investor of 1.6% in this type of energy. And 1.6% might not sound like a lot, and it's not a lot, unless the plant costs $35 billion. and then it's a lot. According to your annual report, the city, I'm just going to call it Dalton Utilities because the sinking fund name is hard to say. Dalton Utilities is on the hook for $335 million for the tiniest amount of energy for only 33 megawatts. That I don't know if you know anything about energy, but 33 megawatts is so tiny that the city of Dalton is almost criminal for spending $335 million for 33 megawatts. If you divide that out, that's over $10,000 a kilowatt. That's insanity. And what I don't understand is why the city of Dalton is an investor in units 3 and 4 and also 1 and 2. So it's not like Dalton Utilities could say, well, we didn't know it was going to go so far over budget because units 1 and 2 went 800% over budget. So you cannot credibly claim you didn't think it would go over budget. There's never a nuclear plant that's on budget. Why do you think Georgia is the only state building nuclear? Do you think we know something 49 other states don't know? The reason Georgia's building nuclear is because Georgia Power has a lot of power, literally and figuratively, in the state. So they're building it because they're a for-profit corporation and they make over 11% return on equity. They make a lot of money on nuclear. But Dalton Utilities doesn't. Dalton Utilities belongs to the city of Dalton, and you all are all municipalities. Why is Dalton investing in nuclear? No other city is investing in nuclear. Atlanta's not, Savannah's not, Augusta's not, Albany, Valdosta, all cities much larger than Dalton. In fact, Dalton is only 33 in size of cities in the state of Georgia. Why is a municipality 33 in size investing in Plant Vogtle such that you now are paying 10 times more for energy? And that doesn't even include decommissioning. If you look in your annual report, that's another $77 million for Plant Hatch and Plant Vogtle just for decommissioning. It doesn't include nuclear fuel. Whatever you think about investing in nuclear energy, whether you don't like it, whether it's waste or radioactive and all that stuff that people don't like nuclear for, you surely care about costs. And what I want to know is, has Dalton Utilities been transparent with the city of Dalton, city council, that $335 million is owed for Plant Vogtle units 3 and 4, and that's going to come due now because unit 4 is scheduled to be completed between March and June.
Mr. Ann, thank you for your comments. We have slightly exceeded the time that we'd like to allow, and I wanted to extend you the courtesy of completing that thought. I appreciate your comments and coming this evening.
Has Dalton Utilities been transparent with its
we're not-
customers
this
on how
body-
much the rates are going up?
Mr. Ann.
Do residential ratepayers know that rates are going up to a huge, Georgia Power is raising rates 26% when Unit 4 comes online. How much are your rates going up?
Mr. Ann,
How much
respectfully, I would
will the
ask that you-
carpet industry's rates go up?
Mr. Ann, I
This is-
respectfully ask that, thank you for your comments. This evening, we're gonna go ahead and go into our, do we have any presentations from department heads? City administrator?
Madam Mayor, no department head reports this evening.
Okay. Thank you. Before you, council members, you have minutes from the mayor and council meeting of February 5th, 2024. Do we have any questions or discussions before I'll ask for a motion?
So moved.
I have a motion from Councilmember Farrow. Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor? Any opposed? New business, item number 4. We have 2024 new alcohol beverage application. Jesse?
Thank you, Madam Mayor and Council. We just have a single addition to a license, a previously approved license establishment. The business owner is The Waggle LLC, doing business as The Waggle. The applicant's name is Mr. Jeffrey Tatum. The location address 825 Chattanooga Avenue, Suite 35, and the license being added is Pouring Liquor.
Anyone have any questions? If not, I'll entertain a motion.
Motion.
I have a motion by Mr. Lama,
I will second the motion.
motion and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, Jesse. Item number 5, Resolution 24-08 to transfer $2.5 million from the Dalton Whitfield Regional Solid Waste Management Authority's unrestricted net assets into the City of Dalton's general fund.
Thank you. This just is a resolution to ratify Dalton Whitfield Regional Solid Waste Authority moving 2.5 million of their unrestricted funds over to the city.
Have any questions?
Make a motion that we accept the transfer of assets from the Dalton Whitfield Regional Solid Waste Management Authority.
Have a second?
I'll make a second.
A motion and second. All in favor? Aye. Thank you, Cindy. Item number 6, we have a final change order approval for ramp rehab phase 2 at the airport. Andrew?
Thank you, Madam Mayor, Council. If you recall, last year in November, Mayor and Council approved a change order in the amount of $731,149. And since then, we were able to get $546,000 towards that from the FAA. The net change is going to be $119,711.90. We have the final quantities and amounts in for all of the change orders on this project, the ramp rehab phase 2 project at the airport. So the total change order amount was $771,744.62. This $119,000 will be eligible for 90% reimbursement on a future project, leaving the local share to be $11,971.19. We should be able to get reimbursement on this, hopefully in FY 25 or 26.
Any questions? I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to accept the final change order for the ramp rehab phase 2 at the airport.
Have a motion to have a second.
I will second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Andrew. Item number 7, a change order 001, Data and Sound Specialties, Inc., Camera Access Control and Cabling Upgrades Project. Okay, Jorge has this.
Thank you, Madam Mayor and council members. So this change order is for council or for data access control and camera system. Back in December, you all approved a bid proposal for $66,500, and we are missing several items that were out of scope, and the contractor has given us a list that we need to add in addition to the bid, which is of $12,600.
And I'll just say, Mr. Pangle and I reviewed this with Mr. Paez, and this is within the budget for the project. The project came in under budget, so no additional funds will have to be added.
I make a motion, we approve the change order.
Have a motion to have a second.
Second.
Motion and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next item is item number 8, Ridge Street Stormwater Bypass Project Contract Change Order for rock removal. Chad?
Good evening, Mayor and Council. This request is to approve the contract change order for rock removal to address unforeseen conditions associated with bedrock residing within the vertical limits of the open trenching for the stormwater conveyance system being installed as part of the Ridge Street Stormwater Bypass Project. The bedrock must be removed when encountered prior to the installation of the storm drain. Labor, machinery, supervision for the rock removal services shall be billed at a rate of $475 per hour. Rock removal services is to be understood as a required service whenever bedrock is encountered throughout the duration of this project. With that, I'll take any questions.
So we have no idea what the total price tag of this is going to be?
At this time, we do not. When we were on site today, it's looking better than it was when we first encountered it. So hopefully we're getting out of it at this point.
I think, Mr. Townsend, we had also discussed hopefully a worst case scenario of 60,000.
Yes.
No, but again, the crews did their due diligence. We did soil borings in advance and just didn't encounter it. So hopefully this is a vein that we'll quickly get out of, but it was outside the scope, given that there was no bedrock found in the original borings. And again, there is money available in the project to cover this.
I make a motion, we approve the change order.
Motion to have a second?
Second.
Motion and second, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. We have one, you have one more, number 9, right-of-way encroachment for 505 North Glenwood Avenue.
Yes, so this request is to approve the right-of-way encroachment for a project located at 505 North Glenwood Avenue. As you can tell in the picture, this is at the AutoZone located off Glenwood. Work proposed within the right-of-way is to include the demolition of an existing retaining wall, installation of storm drain, as well as demo and replacement of multiple driveway aprons. This has been reviewed and approved by the Public Works Committee. With that, I'll take any questions.
If no questions, I'll ask for a motion.
I'll make a motion.
Have a motion to have a second.
I will second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Having no further business or announcements before this body, we'll stand adjourned.